So I kind of like touched on this in the last video, and then as I was saying it, I realized like I could actually explain this in a little more depth. So I don't know when I'm gonna release this, but we're just gonna rant for a minute. Like, so I started talking about the difference between like Palo Alto public school. An actual movie. It's called Palo Alto, right? Palo Alto is about it's kind of this dramedy about like a soccer coach who's dating one of the soccer students or whatever. But it's a little bit more than that, I think. I think it does a good job of displaying like interpersonal relationships between students at Palo Alto High School. And Palo Alto High School is like one example of a very good functional public school system in California. There's some examples of this in New York, in Massachusetts. There's some parts of the United States where the public school systems are working very, very well. And people are seriously succeeding, and they are so privileged over. Like, it's like a community of families who are already so privileged, and then their kids are all in the same like school district, and so they are successful too. And I also went to a school that was similar to that, and I didn't understand how much of a privilege that was until I left the school system, and now I understand. And many people have never met a Black student who's come out of that sort of like situation, so it is very interesting to run across a person like me. But, you know, whatever. It's nor here or there. It's more like, fuck, right? Like, so as we kind of get to like this social media space of everyone trying to be pro-life and trying to make you feel like all the lives are like similar and everybody stands a chance, even as they don't. Like, what you can do is you honestly can have a chance with your mic. And what I mean by that, there's like this Nas song. He's like, all I need is one mic. This is true. It's a good idea. It's an incredible idea for everyone to have one mic at the same time. Like, we need Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift and Sexy Red and you know, Bia and me and fucking like nappy headed Hohopa and as told by Kenya. We need all of these people to have mics at the same fucking time, so that people who don't, because there are people who don't have mics, like everyone isn't gonna have a mic. Just like I know there's this assumption that like everybody goes to school, but everybody doesn't go to school. There's a lot of Black women, especially Black girls all over planet Earth, who are not in school right now. They too, for some reason, have fucking access to YouTube though. They have access to YouTube. So they found some bandwidth and they can still participate in these stories. And it's kind of, fuck. There's a lot happening right now. And we need people to like explain the nuance. Because like they for sure are not going to like Palo Alto High School. The funny thing, I even saw some of Tyla's old videos where she was making, you know, videos about school or something. There's a show, it's called something Blood, Red, it was like Bread Blood, or it was like some Netflix show that's about private school in South Africa. And even those stories, like I went to Berkeley High School, right? It wasn't Palo Alto High School, but it wasn't a segregated school. It was like a school with like the majority of people weren't Black. It wasn't a majority Black high school. The Black people who went to the school went to something called B Tech, which is this alternative school that's like a block away. And there's a real thing to like having, when you have all of the resources in a particular place, people start to fucking care. People care about that. Like, they care about their resources and where they go. They care about their theater department. They care about their cheerleaders. They care about their dance team, because their fucking tax dollars are going toward that. So you can't suck because there's money there. As soon as money starts to like become a part of the situation, especially it's money that you're working for, People are like going to work every day, making sure this shit runs. Like they fucking care. I think in a lot of poor black communities, nobody's going to work. Not nobody, but barely anybody is going to work. And so they don't see that like their work is like the tax dollars, and like they're not putting on bake sales, and they're not paying for after school, you know, activities and shit. Like the infrastructure isn't coming directly from them. So like they don't understand how like they built this shit. It's ours, you know? In the same way that like the moms at the white private schools, they understand. They're like, this is our money. This is our shit. This is all we have. We fucking care. I guess it's almost an ode to just like go watch the movie Palo Alto. Like watch Palo Alto and then go watch, is it called Freedom Riders or something? Or there was another, Lean on Me. Go watch like Freedom Riders or Lean on Me, and then go watch Palo Alto, cause or you could watch 13 or Kids. Any of those movies that are about like you know, youth living in places like LA or San Francisco or something, cuz it's way different. It's a, or I think another one, it's not Degrassi. What am I thinking of? It's this British show. Actually, I think this might be actually a really, really good one. What is this show called? The show is called, you know what? I actually might do a series unpacking this because I think it's so interesting. Skins. Go watch the UK version of Skins. I have never seen a show that did such a great job of unpacking social class differences and unpacking certain things about like race, marriage, class. It even unpacked mental health shit. And this was in like I think Skins, the UK version came out in the 80s. It might have came out in the 90s. It was like I caught it when it was like way past when it came out, and it was like already on streaming. That's when I like found it. Or a movie like Girl Interrupted. I've seen a ton of content come out about Girl Interrupted, but I really think it would be worth like watching it and like unpacking it and talking about like the themes that happen